So let me just read and tell you a little bit about why we're here, which I'm sure you're all have an inkling, and but you're curious, and you're all here. Well, let me start. So did you know that ageism, stereotyping and discriminating against people based on age is one of the last socially accepted prejudices? I don't know about you, but that pisses me off, okay? To be honest, I may be a little biased or in denial. I see older people who look and act old and stick my nose up at them, and then I realize they're probably my age, or maybe even a little younger, of all horrors. And that's why I'm here. And you're here because you're my friends and you're curious, and maybe this even resonates with you. So, as Chris Conley of the Modern Elder Academy shared in his book, Learning to Love Midlife, 12 Reasons Why Life Gets Better with Age, we no longer are who we were, but yet haven't become who we might be. After the pall of the pandemic lifted, I felt kind of at loose ends. The startup I had launched during the pandemic didn't pan out. It didn't excite me any longer, and it was turning into a money pit. So I decided not to pursue that any longer. But more than that, the finiteness of my life became this huge looming weight. At 68, I was in something like adolescence, but different. Chris Conley calls it middlescence. I was panicking and getting a little depressed about it. I still have so much I want to do, and there's no time to waste. I was also in a liminal state, not knowing what, who, how, a whirlwind of questions that I didn't know how to answer. I was almost frozen and feeling pretty bad. Where do I begin? How do I deal with this? I was totally unprepared. Back when I was in the grind, I networked a lot. Now it started to feel like I was just spinning my wheels. The networking groups, wellness groups, spiritual groups, not you, Christian, were all made up of 30 and 40-year-olds. And Lord knows I love them, but been there, done that, I was going through something different. I didn't identify as old, but felt like I was being slotted into that category, and I didn't like it. I went to South by Southwest with my friend Gabby, and saw Chip Conley speak. His academy offers workshops and retreats to help people deal with the angst of aging. Being at South by Southwest helped me realize that if I'm going through this, others were too. As far as I knew, there were no local groups to support people entering Act 3 of their life, to coin a Jane Fonda metaphor from her book Primetime. Thank you, Gabby and Janet, for recommending the book to me. It's really very good. As my friend Ellen knows, I've been toying with the Sage idea for a while. At first it was going to be Sage Salon, akin to Gertrude Stein's salons in Paris, where great intellectuals would gather for conversation, except for in this case, no Hemingway, no Picasso. I am now in a no-stress phase of my life. Sage Salon felt too scary. That's when I landed on Collective. It felt more democratic and something that would be a co-creation, making it how we want it to be, something that would resonate with all of us. I'm not putting an age on Sage Collective because age is just a number. It's more like a set of conditions. Who is the Sage Collective? Men and women who are mature-ish, have a lot of life experience, vibrant, interested and interesting, love to learn, love to have fun, creative, looking for depth, want to find their tribe and live their best life yet. What do? First and foremost, we're a supportive community, kind of like a family. We come together on a monthly basis to learn, have experiences, have fun, stretch our brains and step out of our comfort zone. And maybe even travel, whatever we want. I invited each and every one of you because you are all sages in my book. Each of you have so much to offer, and each in your own right is very accomplished. As the core group, we'll develop programming and expand our circle. Today, I want you to ask yourself the following. How can I make the most of these coming years? What feeds your soul? What gives you purpose? What's important to you? And how do you see your life in 10, 20, 30 years from now? And then we'll work backwards so we can create the life that we envision. As George Santayama wrote, Never have I enjoyed youth so thoroughly as I have in my old age. We become beginners again, approaching things with fresh eyes. In this way, we re-engage with and discover new talents and interests that we can build on. Our brains are plastic, capable of learning new things and forging new neurological pathways. We are creating a new template for aging as we live longer, healthier lives. The old age paradigm is changing. We've added a new room to our house. We can design it and do whatever we want with it. In the Sage Collective, we'll deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly of aging. Wellness, health, death, sex, finance, family, friends, lifestyle, and always have fun and make it interesting. Everything's up for exploration. Our job will be to develop programming and bring presenters on topics we are interested in. And we have several people here that are very capable of presenting amazing things. But before we get into the discussion, I want to introduce you to this very special person here who is my spiritual mentor, and I'm happy to say my friend, Christian de la Huerta.